Can wearing a furry suit really increase your chances at scoring off the field?
Mascot Groupies. Love them, all in favor of them. Let's have more Mascot Groupies.
Groupies, they love the mascots also. I mean, unfortunately, I get asked out on a lot of dates, but they want me to bring the costume, so I don't know if it's me or the costume.
We have a competition a little bit, so you can get the most phone numbers.
One of the ball boys walks up to me, and he's like, how old are you? And I'm like, I'm 32. And he goes, you get a girl's number today? And I was like, hell yeah, I did. I was like, she was beautiful. He goes, yeah, I know her. And I'm kind of thinking like, how's the ball boy know this girl? He goes, yeah, I took her to prom last month. Oh my God.
There are their fair share of groupies for mascots, which I really don't understand. Inside a mascot's head, someone could be cockeyed and have one tooth and just be illiterate or, be a felon. Who knows?
Somebody introduces you as the mascot, and people kind of go, oh, it's you. Like, what, were you expecting Tom Cruise to be in this costume?
Definitely people are always curious who's under there.
Yeah.
That's the biggest intrigue, is they want to know who it is, and we won't tell.
Kind of a Beauty and the Beast kind of thing, I think, more than anything. It's not knowing what's underneath. I've signed more breasts in arena football in 10 years than probably Howard Stern has in his whole career. One girl, after I signed her breast, and I was starting to walk away, she goes, wait a minute, I would like for you to sign my boyfriend's penis.
You got a pen? Yeah, I got a pen. Sign my tip. Oh, man. Sign my tip. Come on, film. You got two of them right here on camera. Come on, look at this right here.
And so you have to be careful with the fans. I've had women grab my crotch. All you can do really at that point is just thank them.
The groping is actually the least of the problem. It's the punching and the hitting and the kicking and getting showered with silly string and smoke bombs and stink bombs that's more of an issue than the groping. I can deal with the groping,
And there were times where people, way to go, Herky, and they would, pat my chest, and if they went a little too low, they would feel something that a guy shouldn't have. Or actually, some bigger guys have them.
Next thing I know, he runs his hand along my chest. He goes, oh, you're a guy, thanks, just wanted to make sure. He ran off the other direction. I stopped walking. I go, I've just been violated.
They would make the most lewd solicitations. And certainly, these are things that you walk down the street in your street clothes, and you would pray for such things.
You've got this Muppet, this friendly, lovable Muppet, who suddenly gets thrown into a XXX movie.
She reaches up between the character's legs, and she looks at me and says, I'm gonna find out whether you're a steer or a bull underneath there. And I said, I'll tell you what, after the game, you meet me at Fridays and I'll let you know. Finally, she walks in, and you can't really tell inside the costume quite what a girl looks like. And she wasn't what I remembered through the costume. She's a little bit of a big girl. She looks at me and figures that must be me. And she says, are you the bull? And I went, yeah. I'm your cow. Oh, but yeah, we ended up that night.
While mascot groupies are certainly a perk of the job, not all encounters with fans are so mutually pleasurable.
I had a stalker, and I started getting these notes. There were a couple of times where I'd be in costume, like taking pictures or hugging a kid, and I looked out of the mouth of Billy the Marlin, and you could see the crowd, but it's kind of fuzzy. But I would just see this face just staring at me. And I mean, several times I caught her just staring at me, and I started getting anonymous phone calls at the house, and it really was kind of eerie. I've seen, where was that movie with Michael Douglas?
Fatal Attraction.
Fatal Attraction. I mean, I've seen Fatal Attraction. And the last thing I wanted to find was my dog on my stove one day. Of course, my stove doesn't work.